The last time I spoke to you, I told you about Barry and Enrique and how they fought off vampires, but they were overwhelmed in those mines. Well, next I heard they went to the town of Rhune. The vampires had got there first, however, and taken out a lot of the establishments there. To further complicate matters, Enrique's history was catching up with him, as the U.S. Marshals were closing in the noose around Enrique's neck.
And we are back. The ever-excitable Adam here playing Barry the Gunslinger, joined by...
the eternally intolerable Alex Hello playing Enrique the Bandido.
So previously on Shadows of Brimstone, to be fair, in real life terms, we played that in December, I think, the vampire one. Was it December or maybe, was it this year?
It was this year.
It was this year.
It was
about
this
a month
year,
or
yeah,
something
about
ago.
a month or so ago.
So it's been about a month since we last played this.
It's taken us that long to heal from the damage that was done.
But it has been since December since we actually went to town. So we're once again rusty on our town phase. So hopefully we won't make too many mistakes here. Just to give you a recap of where we currently are. So Barry and Enrique, they went to try and find some coffins. We actually found
some coffins,
quite a few,
but we were overwhelmed by the coffins.
We were overwhelmed by...
we were nearly put in our own, so...
Yes, indeed. So the slashers and the hellbats descended and they took out Enrique, and then Barry basically took you out as quickly as possible, and we escaped.
Yeah.
What that means is whichever town we're going to next, the vampires unfortunately have gone there and they're going to cause some havoc. So they would have actually destroyed quite a lot of different areas. Now, because of this, we decided we're going to try and travel to a large frontier town. Now, traveling to a large frontier town means we definitely both have one travel hazard, but we're also going to have to roll a dice to see if we get an additional one. So, Alex, roll one of your dice, and on a 1, 2, or 3, you have an additional travel hazard to roll.
1, 2, or 3.
Yep. There is another one for you. And another one for me. So it's 4 in total. As I have the initiative, with my initiative is currently 5 because I currently have a chest wound. What injuries do you have, Alex?
I have, funny you should say that. I have a slash leg, which restricts my movement by 1, and I have a crushed arm, which restricts my combat by 1. Oh, and I've also been bitten.
Yes, so Alex has been bitten. Once he gets enough corruption points, he will turn into a fully fledged vampire hero, which I'm actually quite interested to see what that's like. But at the same time...
I'm actually quite excited by the prospect of this. So
there is actually a mission in the vampire book to actually cure yourself of being a vampire hero.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to see what's going to happen with these guys. So,
what's the worst that can happen, eh?
Well, it's your old saying there, Alex. So on the travel hazard chart, we're using our Frontier Town one, which means we have got an expanded one here. So there's quite a few different things going to happen here. So I'm going to go first. So we have a 61. Not sure if that is on camera or not. So a 61 is Indian Curse. Accidentally wandering into a sacred India or burial ground, you realize too late the folly of what you have done. Every hero immediately takes 3 horror hits for each mutation, corruption, and darkstone they currently have, as they're terrorized by the vengeful spirits of the dead. Right, so what that means is...
we're dead.
If we have a quick look. So, Alex, you've got corruption and you've got a darkstone. You don't have any mutations. I have 0 mutations, but I do have a corruption. So, you're going to be rolling 2 dice. We use our white hero dice for this.
Yep.
I'm going to be using 1 dice, and you need to get over your spirit. Your spirit is currently, just checking your character sheet if you've got anything additional to that. My spirit's 2.
My spirit, 3.
Okay, so you're rolling... Wait a minute, I'm talking out my bum. This is horror hit. Sorry, your not spirit, we're talking about your willpower. So you need to get over your willpower.
So I need to get over 5.
On both dice, and I need 4 or more. Whoop, that's 1 horror hit for
So
me.
I need to get 5 or more on each dice.
Well, for each one you don't get, you're going to get a horror hit.
Well, we don't want to avoid... Well, let's avoid that. And get me.
6 and a 5, so you are all good. Whereas that Indian curse, I guess I was the one to tread on the ground
You did
there.
the tread there.
Right, for my second travel hazard, 36. And I found a mutant warlord. A massive mutant warlord riding atop a savage-looking armored beast rides out to confront you. Flanked by his gang of hideous outriders, pay the toll to cross his land or suffer his wrath. Each hero must either pay d6 times 50 or make a Law 6 test to overcome the mutant warlord and his gang. If passed, gain d6 Darkstone as you steal from the warlord's tomb chest and escape. If failed, you are pulled from your horse and dragged behind the warlord's beast before being rolled over a cliff and plummeting to the icy river below. Lose d3 health permanently.
Okay.
My health is currently 12.
My health is currently, I can't even
16.
see. 16. Okay, I'm pretty good then.
So what do you want to do? So I've got enough money. So what's 6 times 50?
6 times 50.
300, right?
300.
Do I pay? What's my law? I've only got 2 dice to roll for law. You've got 3 dice to roll.
Okay.
I'm gonna pay the toll because I feel Barry's a coward, if I'm honest.
Yeah?
He's 100% a coward. So I'm gonna roll this dice and I'm paying $150. I can afford that. Here you are, Mr. Mutant, sir. Okay, so you get a choice now. Do you want to do a law test? Which if you fail... Oh, that was a 500, Adam. If you fail, you're going to be taking up to 3 hit points permanently off your permanent record. Or if you pass, you manage to get a loaded Darkstone, which if we have the right place, you can sell it or upgrade certain items.
You know what? I'm gonna do it. Let's go for it.
I think you're a Bandido, so you do that. So you want 3 hero dice because you've got a law of 3. You need to get 1 6.
Just one 6.
Just 1 6. So you failed. You're pulled from your horse, dragged behind the warlord's beast before being rolled over a cliff and plummeting to the icy river below. Roll 1d6 and halve that, and that's how many hit points you're losing. Well, 1 and a 2 is 1 hit point.
Oh.
So you're losing 3 hit points. So on your permanent record, your health is now 13. And that's all of my travel hazards done. Enrique, what do you find?
42.
A raging river, which, works because you went down into it.
A ravine.
A raging river lays before you, blocking the path to the town you were heading toward. The heroes must either give up their destination and go back to the tiny roadside town they passed a few miles back, changing to a small town and immediately ending the travel, or attempt to ford the deadly river and press on. Each hero must make a strength 5+ test to get across. If fail, roll a d6 for every item you have with 1 or more weight. On the roll of 1, you discard it as the river sweeps it away. So, what that means, if your strength is 4, you have a much better chance of this than I do. I could basically lose my pistol. You could end up losing your pistol and your frozen isopod and your dynamite satchel.
All of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, just to remind you, each hero must make a strength 5 test, so you'd be rolling 4 dice, you need to get 5 more on one of those. If you fail though, you roll a d6 for every item you have with one of the little weight symbols, and for each one you roll a 1 on, you lose in the river. Otherwise, we go to a small town instead of a big town, which means we might not have as many places to go.
You know what? I'm going to do a roll 4, right?
Okay, I'm going to roll for 2 then, and I need to get 5 or more or I've lost my gun. I've lost my gun, Alex. You got 5 more, so you managed to do it. My gun. Oh, I haven't lost my gun. If I roll a 1, I've lost my gun.
Hey!
We did it. So we passed the river the icy river. I kind of pull you out and we both go through. I nearly get swept away. You grab me just as I'm about to go.
Just heroically.
And then finally, our last travel hazard. These are not pleasant.
These are not very nice at all, actually. I was kind of looking forward to these, but now 41.
A stampede. It's a stampede.
So just as we pull each other out the river.
What's that noise? The earth shakes and the thunderous onslaught is deafening as a massive herd of buffalo stampede across the trail around you. Each hero must make a strength 4+ test to keep control of their mount. Okay, so you're rolling 4 white dice. I'm rolling 2. I am having the worst luck.
What do I need?
Yeah, you pass. You needed 4 or more. You get 15 XP.
Hey, does that mean I level up then?
No, because you need to get 1,000 XP now to get to the next level. And unfortunately, roll once on the injury chart using 3d6 and discarding the lowest dice roll. So I got 7. Wish me luck that this isn't something terrible. Concussion. I had this last time. Your ears are ringing a little and you have a headache that won't quit. Until the start of the next adventure, you are -1 initiative and roll 1 less dice on all skill tests. It's only temporary though, but we have managed to get to
the big town.
Okay, so I'm just going to shuffle off camera.
Please
tell me when
don't
to
be
stop.
Stop. Please don't be mutant town. Hey.
Town ruins. That's not good.
That's appropriate.
Yes. It's not uncommon for entire towns to face catastrophe on the frontier, be it from a void twister sweeping through town, being overrun by demons or bandits, or burned to the ground by fire. At the start of the town's day, roll a d6 for each location slot in town. On the roll of 1 or 2 or 3, that location slot is destroyed. So we basically going to have destroyed to begin with, and then we're going to check to see whether the vampires destroy them.
Well, you know, if you think about it, if they're destroyed to begin with, the vampire's got nothing to destroy, so we win.
Exactly. Okay, so Alex, can you roll 1d6 for number 1?
I'll tell you what, I'm going to roll a red dice for this.
Okay, so that is not... I'm just trying to make sure we've got all of the actual potential locations we can have here. And what we'll do is, Alex, you pick one and put it on number 1. Don't show what it is yet, though. Okay, I'll do number 2. You do number 3. I'll do number 4. Number 6 is already in there. Okay, cool. Right, now roll d6, and if that's a 1 on... Well, actually, let's go through the ruined town first. So, 1, 2, or 3, it's gone. We don't have a sheriff's office.
That's 1, 2, or 3, right?
Yep.
Oops.
Roll it properly, Alex, and we'll get rid of these. We don't have a saloon. We do have whatever that is at the moment. Until the vampires come. That's fine. Okay. Yep.
This is gone. No.
Okay.
Hey.
So, there is an Indian trading post. There is a church. There is a frontier outpost. There's a doc's office. There's a smuggler's den. And a general store. However, the vampires from the town got here before us, which is why these are already destroyed, I imagine. So now we're going to do this again, Alex, and on a 1, 2, or 3, let me double check. No, a 1 or a 2, that building's been destroyed. So the Indian trading post, do they take that out? Do the vampires get to it? No. How about the church? It makes sense they get rid of that. Yeah, they destroyed the church. Frontier outpost? Yep. Doc's office? Nope. Smuggler's den? Nope. General store? Okay, so here we are in the little town here. We've got our 2 little chaps, and the first thing we have to do in town is we have to decide whether we're going to spend $10 to stay in the swanky hotel and not have to worry about potentially getting killed in the night, or we can go to a campsite where it's free to stay. Where would you like to go, Alex?
You know what I'm going to say?
Campsite.
Cheap and cheerful.
Okay, move yourself to the campsite. Do you know what? I've had a really rough time of it, so I'm gonna... Barry's just gonna stay in the lap of
Barry
luxury.
the coward.
Yeah, Barry the coward. I really like the idea that he is literally a coward here. Right, so before you start your day, Alex, you have to roll a d12 Sorry, 2 dice. Roll your white dice, not your red. I don't want to be giving you those. And we're going the campsite hazard chart. Don't get a 0 1.
Don't go what? 0.
Don't get a 1. 8. An uneventful night. Okay, so we're going to choose where we're going to go to. And I'm going to move myself over to the general store. Where are you off to?
The smuggler's den.
Okay, so in the general store. Oh, I forgot to say. So we're in this town ruins. There's some extra options that you can do.
Okay.
So, help to rebuild. Any hero may give up their day in town to help in rebuilding the settlement. Make a strength 4+ test. For every 4 or more rolled, the hero gains 25 experience points. For every 1 rolled, the hero takes D3 wounds, ignoring defense, from the backbreak and construction work. If at least 1 6 was rolled, the hero may also recover a grit. A hero may not work 2 days in a row in rebuilding. So you can do that to kind of get some experience points. Or you can search the rubble. Any hero may give up their day in town to search the rubble of one of the destroyed slots on the town board. Place your hero on the selected destroyed slot and roll a scavenge test. If successful, place a scavenge marker on the destroyed slot and draw 2 scavenge cards for each 6 rolled. For any gear artifact cards gained from scavenging, you may either draw a card as normal or acquire any single item normally available from the town location on the back of the destroyed marker with a value of 6 or more. I got rid of the town locations we had. What do we have, Alex?
We
had a church.
had a church, and we had a, I actually can't remember.
A frontier outpost.
Saloon.
Sheriff. We had a sheriff's
Sheriff's
office
office and saloon.
and a saloon. Okay. Right. So, basically, we can go to one of those locations. We can do a scavenge test. If we acquire an item or a gear card, instead of doing that, we can basically go to whichever location this is and steal one of the items off there for $100 less. Well, D6 times $100 or less. Sorry, let me read that out because that makes sense. So, for any gear artifact card gained from scavenging, you may either draw a card as normal or acquire any single item normally available from the town location on the back of the destroyed marker with a value of D6 times 100 or less. For any darkness or growing dread cards that would be drawn, instead move the darkness marker forward. So, yeah, you can basically scavenge a location to hopefully get something. You can get money, darkstone, things like that, or you could just go to a location. We're going to locations though, right?
Let's go to locations first, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to the general store. 11. New items in stock. Fresh in from the Badlands, the shop owner shows you his new gear for sale. Draw 3 gear cards. Any of these may be purchased for their listed price. If there's no listed price, this card may be purchased for $25 as a special sale. I am so happy I came here because I've got money to spend. Lordy, Saint preserve us. A trusty pistol, Alex. I'm 100% buying myself a trusty pistol. So that's going to cost me $600. What that means is my actual pistol at the moment is got a range of 6. I can only do 2 dice when I'm rolling with it. This, I'm rolling 6 dice, and I've got 6 range, and then my shots are what my agility is. My agility is currently 3, so I'm basically rolling an additional dice when I'm attacking.
Okay.
That is nice. Okay, so that's the first thing I'm doing in the general store.
How many bullets you got?
As many as I want. And so I've got... I haven't got much left to spend, Alex, because I was...
Yeah.
$165 left. So I'm going to buy myself some holy shot. So my gun hits do extra damage against listed enemies, so I get +1 damage against undead. And then I'm not very good with my health, so I'm going to grab some bandages. 2 bandages. Could you grab me 2 bandage tokens, please, Alex?
I certainly can.
And that's the end of my day in town.
Dos bandages.
Excellente.
Right.
So we're
I've
off
got
to
the smuggler's den.
the smuggler's den. Okay, so you're rolling 2d6, Alex, to see what happens there. Don't get a double one.
You mean like that?
A grizzled US... he arrived in town just before you did. A grizzled US Marshal that's been hunting you for months has finally caught up. If you're an outlaw, this is it. Your location visit is over, and you must play the solo town adventure High Noon Duel, or use 1 grit to flee town and become wanted.
Well, I can't really lie my way out of this one, so I've got no choice really but to...
Well, you have 1 grit, so you could flee.
I could flee.
Or you can try and fight him to the death.
Oh. What's the worst thing that's going to happen if I fight him to the death?
You could get another injury.
And what's the best thing that's going to happen?
You stop this guy from tracking you. I don't know what happens in the town adventure.
You know what? I wouldn't have rolled that double one if you hadn't said don't get a double one. As soon as you said that, I was like, oh man, I just felt it as it came out of my hand. You know what? Let's do it.
The sun is high in the sky and there's a stillness in the air. Challenged to a duel in the streets by this marshal who's after you. You face off a few paces from one another. Townsfolk watching from windows and doorways, fingers twitching over holstered weapons. The church bells ring. It's time. Although the church has been destroyed, so...
As if it's ringing, I'm thinking, what the hell's in the bell, right?
Okay, so... you should be 5 spaces apart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. So you can't enter buildings, because all the buildings are locked at the moment. Mission is for a 1 hero against 1 enemy. There's no roll to hold back the darkness and no fleeing. The entire mission counts as a single fight. There is no loot card drawn, catching your breath, or corruption hits for Darkstone. Once your adventure is complete, the hero is restored to full health and sanity, return to 1 grit, and may continue their town stay or begin the next adventure, depending on what caused the duel. At the start of each turn, the hero and the enemy each roll a d6 and add it to their initiative for the turn. The very first turn of the mission, models may not move. Heroes may still roll for move to see if they get a grit. And dueling opponent, the banner model, so the little model here represents your opponent for the duel. And we're going to be using the bandit stats for this, which is good because we put them on the camera for everyone to see. And I did have these in alphabetical order, but you know how things happen. It'll be all over the place, Alex. At least it's not a vampire, right?
Well, there is that. So
Bandits. Okay, so it's actually not a bandit, it's a marshal, but it's you versus me, Alex.
Wow.
So you're going to roll a d6, and that's going to be your initiative. Well, you add this to your initiative of 3. So I've got a initiative of 10. So these guys can't move. Yeah. They are trying to hit you. So we're rolling 2 dice to hit. 5 more hits you. Misses.
Right. What am I rolling?
2 dice, because you use your pistol, yeah? And you need to get over your range, which is 5 or more.
5 more on one of them, right?
If each one you hit will do damage. So you hit 1. Remember, you got grit, so you can re-roll stuff. Now you got to roll to...
Oh, I still have my grit, don't I? Yes.
You only have 1 grit. You always get reset to 1 grit.
Yeah.
So you want to do damage now? Oh, you're rolling a red dice. This is unlucky. Okay, so you do 5 damage. Its defense is 3, so it takes 2 damage. It's got 1 hit point left. You got the damage, the wounds over there, dude.
I have. So 2 damage.
2 damage, yeah. Okay, right. Roll the initiative. 9 versus 6. She's going first. Now she can move. But she's not going to. Oh, what am I doing? I should have rolled 3 dice.
Go on then. Roll another one.
I should have rolled 3 dice, sorry.
Roll another one then.
Okay, so miss those, but a 6. So hit rolls a 6 cause 3 hits each. So I've hit you 3 times. So you need to roll 3 dice, and you're trying to get over your defense of 4. Each one does 2 damage. Oh, nice! So you avoided those, right? Your turn to attack. You're rolling 2 dice. You can roll to move. Roll 1 dice to move to see if you get any grit.
Oh, you know what? Yeah. No. Yeah. This is happening. Oh.
Yeah, you got grit. You can re-roll them
Let's re-roll them, yeah. Where's my grip?
on your Bandido character sheet.
Oh, right in front of me.
Miss, because you need 5 or more.
Damn it.
Cool. So roll for your initiative. So 8. You going first? So if you want to, you're right next to it, next to them, so you could punch. But do you have like something going on with your? You got -1 combat at the moment because you're crushed arm, so you don't be rolling 1 dice to attack if you're hitting.
But I need 4 or more.
Yeah. So 1 dice 4 or more, or 2 dice 5 or more.
Go on, I'll do 2. Actually, you know what? I only do 1 point, don't I?
Yeah. You can also roll to move as well to get grit back if you want to.
Try that.
Okay.
No, screw it. I'll do 2 dice, 5 or more.
A critical hit, so it goes straight past the damage. You definitely killed him. Roll the dice. Boom. So yeah, the marshal's dead.
Oh, for my trouble, I got 25 XP.
You get 25 XP for this. Okay. Times your hero level, so your hero level's 2, so you actually get 50 experience. And you get your hero is restored back to full health and sanity, and you get 1 grit.
Hey, so I got my grip back.
And that's it.
That was
took him out.
Really.
Okay, so Alex, well done. You managed to defeat the marshals after you, but that's the end of your location stay. So we're now rolling to see if we get any events happen. So
I can't even get to do any good stuff in the town.
And we do get an event happen. Okay, so roll a dice, and I'm going to see what daily event we have happen. 4. Movement in the rubble. There is movement amongst the wreckage. Roll a d6. On the roll of 3 or more, another survivor has been found. All heroes in town gain 50 experience. On the roll of 1 or 2, another mass of tentacles erupts from below, smashing another building before being slain. So, yeah, you can roll this. 3 or more. Yes, we get 50 XP each. Knew there's a reason I brought you along.
Yeah.
Okay, right, so we're on to our next day. Do you want to stay at the hotel or do you want to stay at the campsite?
I am going to go to the campsite.
I'm going to the campsite as well.
Oh, the hotel to reach for your blood?
Yeah, it is now. I got $15. Okay, so I'm rolling 2 dice. I got 7, so uneventful night. You roll 2 dice. I'm going to get 12. 12 is perfect. 6. Uneventful night.
Hey.
Okay, so where do you want to go?
I'm going to go to the smuggler's den because it's something I would like to do, if possible.
Okay, and do you know what? I'm going to go to... do you know what? I'm going to try and do this. I'm going to try and do some scavenging because I've actually got nothing else to do here. So we've got the sheriff's office there. We've got the saloon. We've got the church. We've got the frontier outpost. I'm going to go to the frontier outpost and try and scavenge there. So we're on 3 d6s. I need a 6. Oh, I need at least 1 6.
Hey,
1
did it.
6. So if successful, place a scavenge marker on destroy slot and draw 2 scavenge cards for each 6 rolled. So I get 2 cards. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle these and I get to draw 2 of these. Okay, so I get 20 experience points for my scavenging antics. And I also get $75 from that. That wasn't bad at all.
Wasn't bad at all. Yeah, that's sometimes it pays to be a coward.
Sometimes it does, and he is being a coward. He's scavenging around the dead. Really. Okay, right, your turn. We're back to the smuggler's
Right.
den. So you're rolling 2d6. Do not get
A double 1.
snake eyes. It's a raid. Nobody move! US Marshals! Marshals raid the smuggling den, having a small shootout with the outlaws and arresting those with warrants. The smuggler's den is closed for the rest of this town stay. In addition, any hero at the smuggler's den that is wanted, you're not, so don't worry about that.
Am I not? Even though I'm an outlaw?
You're an outlaw, but you don't have a wanted card.
Okay, that's cool.
So unfortunately, smuggler's den.
God damn it.
Right, roll 1d6. This is for, roll it. Don't get a 1. 3 it is. Okay, so where do you want to stay for tonight? Do you want to go to the campsite, or do you want to go...
Did you say that's now closed for the duration?
Yep, it's gone. It's not destroyed though, so we're just going to remove it off of there. Do you want to leave now?
I'll leave the town.
Yeah.
Well, I can buy some stuff still. You know what?
Okay, so where do you want to stay then?
I'm going to stay at the campsite.
I'll go to the campsite as well. It's risky but fun. I say that and now I'm going to die. 4. The Fever. Make a Spirit 5 test to avoid getting sick. If successful, gain 10 experience points. If failed, take D6 wounds, ignoring defense. Oh, you bastard. Spirit 5. I've a Spirit of 2. Yes! I get 10 experience points and don't get the plague, which is nice. Alex, roll 2 dice, see what you get on the chart. Try and get a 3. You get robbed.
Oh, no. You mean...
Demon attack! Outside the relative safety of the town border, the campsite is exposed to the elements and to attack from all manner of unsavory creatures. During the night, a swarm of demonic hellbats and stranglers rampage through the camp, killing with wanton brutality. Make an agility 5+ or cunning 5+ test to escape into the night. So your agility is 2 and your cunning is 2.
No, nothing to help me here. So
your cunning's 2 because you've got an eye patch, a worn eye patch, which is from your old buddy, I imagine. It's 1 on there. That's why I'm saying, because the people at home might be like, oh, it's 1 on there. So you need a 5 or more, or you're in trouble. Are you doing agility or cunning? I want to know what's he doing to get out of this.
Just so this card is important to me, just for my own benefit, I'm going to make it a cunning.
So explain to me how you're getting out of the situation. The hellbats have descended, stranglers are coming out in all the tents. What are you doing that's cunning to get out of this?
I'm going to use my sombrero as a boomerang. I'm going to bend it slightly. He's going to throw it. It's going to take out all the bats. But if not, he just loses his hat.
Okay.
If there's a little hat thing on. Oops.
Hey, he did it.
The boomerang worked.
You gain 50 experience points, but you must flee the town.
Damn.
But hey, you made a ton of experience points in our town stay. So, where are we going to next, you ask?
Where are you going to next? I'm asking. The Lost Tomb. Rumors are swirling around town. Whispers and tales of a mysterious lost tomb located in a distant world. A focus for the powers of darkness. It is said that something great and terrible resides within the tomb, and all living things nearby wither and decay from the permeating aura of evil that surrounds it. It may be worth digging deeper into these stories and seeking out this lost tomb.
Enrique and Barry barely got away before the US Marshals closed down the town of Rhune. They instead headed off to the mines in search of a lost tomb or something or other. Well, they found what they were looking for. But whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, you'll soon find out.